Manhwas where the main character uses magic can either be very good or just straight up garbage, just like any other type of manhwas. But even so, it still adds something to the story and creates more chances for something totally unexpected to happen. So here's a list of the top 10 manhwas where the main character is a magician. I'm really not the devil's lackey. Lin Jie, who was transmigrated into a different world, runs a bookshop. Nice and passionate, he always recommends books that are capable of healing one's soul to customers who find themselves in a rough patch in life. Well, when I first started reading this manhwa, I wasn't really expecting much, since a lot of Chinese manhwas I've read were garbage. But this one was surprisingly pretty decent. It might take a few chapters in order to get used to the art style, but after that it becomes very enjoyable, and the plot keeps progressing without getting repetitive. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into garbage down the line. To hell with being a saint, I'm a doctor. Yu-sung is a genius doctor famous in the medical world. He who spent his whole life in an operation room died in a traffic accident, and when he woke up, he was in another world. Now, personally, I don't really like reading medical manhwas. I do watch medical dramas, but that's about it. But this manhwa is a bit different than usual, and there are some entertaining fight scenes, so it's not all that bad. I wouldn't say the art is the best thing about this manhwa, but if you're just looking for something fun to read, then that's not a problem either, and the pacing of the story is on point as well. Plus 99 Wooden Stick. Welcome to Chrono Life, a virtual reality game where only the strongest survive. Ji-yu logs in to Chrono Life, only to be ignored and ridiculed by the other players for his lack of experience, crappy items, and being an overall noob. But when he upgrades his wooden stick to the max reinforcement level of plus 99, Ji-yu realizes he has the power to split continents and slay armies of thousands in just one swing. I don't know why, but this kept reminding me of One Punch Man in a weird way. They both wear capes and are just insanely overpowered, and not to mention that the plots are similar. Monsters show up out of nowhere, then they get obliterated. Except that one annoying female character that deserves to die, but just won't for some reason. So basically, if you're a fan of One Punch Man, this is a good alternative. Damn reincarnation. Hamel, a warrior who traveled with his colleagues to exterminate the devil. Yet he died just before the battle with the devil started. He was reborn as a descendant of his fellow warrior, Vermouth, the descendant from the bloodline of the great Vermouth. Now he is Eugene Lionheart. Well, this is your typical reincarnation manhwa where the MC gets insanely strong quickly, but nonetheless it was very entertaining and the main character makes the story more fun to read, at least until the real fight starts. The translation on this one is actually really good, so you guys can check it out. Is the Demon King a healer? So this manhwa is rather decent at the moment, but from what I see there's a very good chance that this will turn into something good. My only issue would be the art, since it doesn't look as crisp and beautiful as some of the others I've seen. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, it just depends on your taste in art. And I know no one asked, but I'm terrible at anything artistic, but I love to criticize others' artwork. The story follows a guy that is taking revenge for his supposedly dead girlfriend, and ends up becoming the Demon Lord during the process. So the plot of this manhwa is very transparent. There's nothing to confuse you or make you ask what's going on. And if you guys made it this far into the video, it won't hurt to press that like and subscribe button, you know? Get some good karma in your life. Carnivores Hunter. There are holes in the sky, in the sea, and in the ground all over the world. From the hole came all kinds of monsters that could not exist in the world. The world was destroyed, and people with special abilities appeared. Survivors who survived hid all over the world and lived like bugs. Now, I'm just going to say this from the start so I don't waste your time. If you're looking for an OPMC, then this isn't it. The plot is a bit slow in my opinion, and the MC starts off weak until he starts to understand his powers and slowly gets stronger. I do have high expectations for this one since it had a good start so far, and the art is very detailed as well. I didn't have any problems with the translation either, so overall it's a pretty good manhwa. A gate opened on my first day as a politician. Han Seung-moon was a young man who ended up getting elected into office as an assemblyman. He ran for office without much expectations, but his opponent was caught for violating election fund laws, and he won with pure luck of the heavens. He thought he was the luckiest man alive as he was being sworn into office. That was until the roof of the National Assembly building collapsed as a monster fell in. Well, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of this one. I think this is going down the route of a kingdom building manhwa, which I wouldn't really mind if it had a lot of action. But so far, there's not a lot. It's just a whole lot of talking, just like what politicians does. And that's not my cup of tea. But if for some reason you plan on becoming a politician, then this is a fun way of learning stuff. And it has some great art to make it even better. The Return of the 8th Class Mage. As a powerful 8th Class Mage, Ian Page took countless innocent lives under the orders of Emperor Ragnar, a close friend and ruler of the Green River Empire. Yet despite their closeness, Ragnar views Ian as a threat and subsequently poisons him. Using time magic, Ian saves himself and returns 30 years to the past. There really isn't much to say about this one since the title alone covers everything. But I'll just say that if Decent was a manhwa, this would probably be it, since there really isn't nothing I could say that's unique to this manhwa. Not even the name. But yeah, if you're looking to kill time, then this is a good choice. Hopefully you won't fall asleep on it since I kinda did. Hit point. Ha-Unbith, a boy who suffered from heart pain after a car accident, dreams of dying by unidentified assailants who came one day. The relief that it was just a dream is only for a moment as Unbith runs away from the assailants in the exact same situation as his dream. He comes to a realization. A deadly weapon that can destroy everything is inside his heart. You know, I honestly have no clue what the main point of this manhwa is. Or maybe it's because I was reading it at 3 AM in the morning and I was hella tired, but I'll just go with what I know. So apparently our main character has a gun for his heart, or a gun that's locked away in his heart. I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section. Anyways, out of nowhere he got attacked by people that wanted the gun, and he ends up joining an organization that fights people like them in order to learn how to use his powers. And if you want to know the rest of the story, go read the manhwa, because I have no idea either. Transcension Academy. Sejun, who had been working to save in order to pay off his dead parents' debt and to attend the Hunter Academy, ended up needing to spend all his savings for surgery due to an unfortunate accident. In his moment of despair, a weird ad played which said you can also become an awakener. And from there, the story begins. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My take on this manhwa is biased. Like, very biased, but I don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is one of, if not the best manhwas out there. And I don't care what anyone has to say. Yeah, sure, the art style might be a little old, and it has a lot of similarities to other manhwas. But just the way how the author uses those similarities makes it totally different from the other manhwas. Maybe my opinion will change since there aren't a lot of chapters out yet, but for now, that's my opinion, like it or not. So that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.